Hi guys, it's Caitlin. I'm here in the grocery store. I'm the grass-fed girl. I wanted to let you know about some low-carb snacks. So I'm here in the grocery store. So please share this with your friends and swipe up to share this with your friends, and make sure and click on the little man and follow me, because I scope a lot. Hi, Mama Bear Paleo. Thank you. Share with your followers. Let's get some people on here so we can share some information. Okay. All right, well, thanks for joining me. It's Caitlin. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant. I live in Nashville, and I'm at the grocery store. I'm right in front of the Coca-Cola. Is that ironic? Okay. This grocery store is pretty busy right now, so I wanted to make this scope in this more quiet aisle, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so when you're wanting to have some low-carb snacks, sometimes it's hard because you are really hungry and you just see like garbage, as Jimmy calls it, everywhere. Jimmy, living low carb man, better follow him. So sometimes you just have to be a little bit more creative when you're hungry. And so most of the time when I'm hungry, I just go to the grocery store and I just grab something, because you know, that's the easiest thing sometimes, and I just like eat in my car or something. So I'll tell you some snacks now. You know, try not to skip a meal, because I mean, for me, I know that it's really hard. If I skip a meal, then I get too hungry and then I make a bad choice maybe. So make sure you get plenty of protein every meal and try not to skip meals. I know that works, you know, if you're great into fasting and all that stuff, then great, but it does, especially when you're first starting out doing kind of a low carb diet or keto diet, it can be really hard to switch over from being fat burning or sugar burning and into fat burning. So you might not be a good idea to fast your first week or whatever. So give yourself a little bit of time for your body to adapt to running on fat rather than carbs. So, and I know for women, I've worked with a lot of women clients, and skipping meals really, from everyone I've ever talked to that's a woman, doesn't really work for them. But if you're different, great, go ahead, go for it. But anyway, so we'll go through some snacks. So here's some, in no particular order. If you eat dairy, these are some good cheese sticks, very low in carbs, less than 1 carb per stick. So remember, don't eat the whole package. And there's, in low carb, Dr. Atkins had a 4-ounce limit, I believe, on cheese. So don't go crazy with that. When I first started Atkins, when I was like 9 or 21 or something, and I would just sit there and eat cheese all night, and that's not really a strategy for success. Avocados, always something good. You can just eat them with a spoon, and you know, you could eat half of it or the whole thing or whatever. It's very low in carbs. You know, depending on if you're doing net or net carbs, which means you minus the fiber, they're really low then. But if you only have total carbs, you probably can't have too many. So there's some kale chips that can be good. Just look at the back and make sure there's no sugar added, and you know, you may not be able to eat the whole container. You can also make your own that are lower in carbs at home, with just some coconut oil and salt. Chocolate, dark chocolate's always a good choice. You can also get a 80/90 that's even lower in sugar, and try to get one, you know, that's, these are not, but you can look for one that's fair trade and organic if you want to. It's gonna be a little bit better for everyone. But this is a 90, so that's even lower in sugar, and it has a lot of fiber too. Coconut oil, sometimes if you just put a tablespoon of coconut oil in your in your mouth, like a tablespoon, that can help with some cravings and make you not be hungry. So get a good coconut oil. I love this ice cream. It's a little higher in carbs, but it's only sweetened with erythritol and stevia. But it doesn't have a lot of weird stuff in it, not too much anyway for something store-bought. And you probably need to eat just like half of this. I think it's like 20 carbs or 19 carbs in the whole thing. 18, I mean when you subtract the fiber. But if you're doing really strict, you know, this might be too many carbs for you, but if you subtract the fiber, it's very low in carbs. The sugar, alcohol, carbs anyway, fiber. Strawberries are really good. Always try to get organic strawberries. These have a lot of water, so they're mostly water. And you know, just watch the portion if you are very low carb. And salami, it's a great thing you can grab. Salami's always a good choice. You can get, I like Bresaola, that's my favorite. That's a beef salami. But you can always get this and grab it and go and put it with some cheese, and that's a full meal really. Greek yogurt, there's only 5 carbs in this whole thing. It's not very big, but it's hard to find a full fat Greek yogurt, but keep looking. This one's not, but you could always add some nuts or something to it to make it have more fat. Great. Awesome. Good luck, Mary. And macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are really low in carbs and they're super full of fat. So if you're running on fat, this would be really good. Yeah, well, you can just get one that doesn't have any sugar in it. And usually it's still very low in sugar anyway, even if it has some dextrose. But anyway, these are macadamia nuts. Just avoid the coatings and the weird oils. Okay, so let's switch arms. These are some dark chocolate covered almonds. I mean, no, it's facing me. So these are some dark chocolate almonds. I mean, are you eating no dextrose at all? Because it really is. Salami is pretty low in carbs. Do you really have to worry about the fiber? I mean, it just depends. There's lots of people do it different ways. So, you know, I can't tell you one way. Some people are super sensitive to carbs, so they count them all and they do total carbs. And some people are, thank you for all the hearts, some people are doing just net carbs and they're very successful with that. Just depends on how like metabolically deranged or damaged you are as to how many carbs you can tolerate, you know, and you just have to experiment. There's no one answer for everybody. And you have to experiment with how much protein you can eat, you have to experiment with how much fat you can eat, and definitely never try to do low fat, because you will deplete your fat soluble vitamins and you will get really sick and it will be bad. So make sure you have, you know, plenty of fat at each meal. Okay, I just always assumed eating fiber was good. Yeah, I mean, of course, fiber is always good, and fiber will bring down, for example, flax seeds. They have basically no carbs because they're like 100% fiber, just as an example. So, yeah, I mean, fiber's usually good. I mean, unless you have a really messed up gut lining, sometimes it can be really hard to digest for some people, and they need to eat more cooked vegetables and stuff like that. But just, you know, depends on the person. Maybe if they have diverticulitis or something like that, they need to be eating more foods that are easier to digest. And you know, I mean, that's a whole another topic. So let's just stick with this for now. Okay, oven roasted almonds. These are ones that have some, it's facing me, so don't worry about it. It's facing this way. Okay. So this is some oven roasted almonds that have some stevia on them. They look pretty good. So they have 3 net carbs per serving. So that's kind of cool. I never saw these before. But almonds in general are a pretty good choice. They're pretty low in carbs. Okay, so we have some hard-boiled eggs with some good sea salt, always a good choice. You know, try to get some organic ones if you can. And let's see, last but not least, chicharrones. But the main thing with these is try not to get ones with soybean oil or canola oil. These I read, these are from Frito-Lay, and they have just pork rinds and salt. So these are the baconettes chicharrones. So try to just get ones with just pork and salt. You don't need all that other oil because they're basically fat. So you don't want to be eating soybean oil or canola oil or anything, because that will really make you inflamed and slow down your weight loss, because you're going to be full of inflammation and cortisol. Okay guys, well that's it, low carb snack ideas. If you have any questions, I'm going to go now pretty quick. Let me know what else you want to... Hi, I can't see it. It's sideways, so blindy can. Thank you. Tell me your name if you want me to know who you are, your real name. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna check out now. Hi, Kara. Let me know any topics. You can go over to Caitlin at grassfedgirl.com and write me, or you can subscribe with the at Grass-Fed List, so you never miss. I'm putting out a kale Caesar salad tomorrow with chicken thighs on it, so make sure you subscribe to grassfedlist.com so you won't miss that recipe. How am I going to eat them? Well, you know, you could make a dip. I have a dairy-free ranch dip on my website. You could put them in, or you could get some organic sour cream, something like that. It just depends on if you can eat dairy or not. But you can just eat them plain too with a stevia, a Kavita or something. All right, well have a good night. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.